What's up, Jedi Jive? Welcome back. My name is Mike. Joining us again is my sister Jenny.
Hey, guys.
Got another Mandalorian reaction coming at you. Episode 5. Yes, I guess there's 8 episodes in the season, just like every other season. So we're now technically in the back half of the season. You and I got to talking quite a bit yesterday about what we were expecting, what we wanted to see. And I mentioned, well, technically because we're in the back half of the season now, and we've been wanting a little bit more direction. It really seems imperative that the full story start to come into the picture a little bit. I really enjoy the Mandalorian armorer, Din Djarin, Bo-Katan, Grogu, Mandalorian armor, Grogu's flashback, backstory, all of this stuff I'm super interested in. I am interested in that, where they were going with that Dr. Pershing arc. I just don't want them to spend too much time on it.
Yeah, I'm not interested where they were going with that Dr. Pershing arc.
Is it going to be a
honestly
one episode?
Did not care about that storyline at all. I'm sure Elia Kane is coming back, but I'm not particularly excited about it.
Did they just fry Pershing's brain and now he's done?
I don't really.
Is there going to be more to it? But it's the main thing that I was hoping for, I was saying, is that season 2 had so many character drops and react moments that it just seemed like, wow, we're episode 5 of this season. I think we're due something crazy now, since Star Wars Celebration is happening, and they're probably going to do an Ahsoka trailer or teaser of some kind. And you and I had mentioned that we wanted them to try to sneak in a backdoor pilot to the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, that I would love.
Into the Mandalorian. This seems to me like a perfect opportunity to bring in Sabine Wren. She'll tie into the Ahsoka show. It'll give them a chance to introduce the character. She's an awesome character, and it just seems like an appropriate story thing to put in there, because she's a Mandalorian that owned the Darksaber once and might even still technically be the rightful owner because she gave it to Bo-Katan. So anybody after Bo-Katan doesn't own it rightfully anyway.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I think a Sabine Wren appearance would be that's kind of what.
So that's what you're hoping for.
Anyway, anything's possible. We're loving the show, and let's jump in, have some fun. We'll talk about it after.
Great.
Poor IG-11 is just legs and an arm. Oh, that's such a cool looking ship.
That ship has a beak.
Pirates? Corian Shard.
The voice sounds like Grief Karga, guildmaster of the Navarro hunters. But all I see before me is a pampered nobleman dressed for the pomp of his wedding feast. This isn't Sabak. You can't bluff your way out of this one, Karga.
Sabak's the card game that Solo plays. And,
clearly.
Yeah. Cannons, just like on a pirate ship. Oh my god. Mando, help! Go back to Navarro.
High Majesty, the escape pod is ready. I will lead you to the launch site.
I won't abandon my city. We have to get the people to safety.
Okay, good on Grief Karga. He's not saving his own skin. Well. Had a little concertina in it. You hear that?
Like the little Renaissance band.
Tropical planet. Oh, sweet. Alright, so it's a New Republic outpost.
New Republic outpost.
Dude, cool. Tell me Carson Teva is... Yes, dude, let's go. Let's go.
Can I use your viewer? Excuse me.
Cool, he's in his leather jacket, off-duty kind of.
We have been attacked by Pirate King Corian Shard. I don't ask for your aid lightly. The situation is dire, and Shard will turn this into a pirate base.
Too bad. I really thought Navarro was gonna make it.
Don't tell me this is Zeb.
We'll never get an answer in time.
I can't believe they're doing one of these species. I never thought they'd be
Then
able
I'm
to
just
do
gonna
this.
have to go there and talk to them myself.
I like your attitude. Good luck.
That species, we've never seen them attempt to
In
do
live
that in real live
action.
action, and they just made it work. Lasat is what they're called.
No. Do not put any more stuff on that part of the desk. That's my work area.
Tim Meadows? They got Tim Meadows in Star Wars right now? You gotta be kidding me.
You Scoot.
Been attacked by Pirate King Gorian Shard. You once offered that I might reach out to you. I am humbly requesting the New Republic to send a
Not even gonna listen.
I get the gist. Have you ever heard of Navarro?
I have. Spent some time there, in fact. They have yet to sign the charter.
That's the badge that means she's part of the,
the program, yeah.
program.
Yeah.
What does that matter? We can't leave them defenseless.
We have a backlog of requests from member worlds that have priority.
This is the exact mirror situation of that scene in Andor where the space cops, Remnant cops, are just like, you know.
Because I'm hearing Moff Gideon never made it to trial.
Captain, this isn't a rebellion anymore. We have a structure now.
Perhaps the leaders of Navarro need to understand why becoming a Republic's signatory is valuable.
By letting them suffer. Sounds like a rather imperial way of thinking.
What an evil troll. You should listen to Carson Tava, Tim Meadows.
Yep. Okay, this should be interesting.
Yeah.
Captain Carson Tava, Adelphi Rangers, I have a time-pressing matter to attend to.
Clear out, Blue Boy.
This man cut me a break once, and now I'm returning the favor.
Navarro is under siege by pirates. He's asking for help. Karga's your friend. You won't let him die.
What's in it for you?
I just came to tell you your friend is in danger, and I thought you should know.
Carson Tava is like the most sane person in this galaxy.
I know you'll relocate anyway, but you have my word. I will not reveal your location. Sorry to intrude.
He's right. I gotta help the guy.
You can't do it alone.
Greef Karga is now a high magistrate and has offered me a tract of land on his independent world. Perhaps it is time for us to live in the light once again, on a planet where we are welcome, so our culture may flourish and our children can feel what it is to play in the sunlight.
Free of dragons. Dragon-free recess.
I saw many die to save the life of this one tiny foundling. Why should we lay our lives down yet again? Because we are Mandalorians.
Hey, Paz
I have had my
All right,
disagreements
Paz
with this
Vizsla.
man, but he risked his life to save my son. These two are asking us to take up arms in the name of a brighter future. And I, for one, will take up arms to fight by their side.
Let's go.
All right.
This is the way. This is the way.
He definitely made it Din Djarin and Bo-Katan. Like, I'll follow these two.
Yeah.
I'll use this to drop you in, and you will operate as a tight military unit.
She's leading again.
Mm-hmm.
If everyone acts as they should, we can use the element to surprise and defeat an enemy that outnumbers us.
Plus, they're stupid pirates.
The N1 will distract the Corsair and her snub fighters as we drop in to liberate the planet below. You lived there once, hiding in the sewers, but now you can be heroes.
Okay. That R2 droid is just broken.
Captain, there's a starfighter off our port bow.
It's the Mandalorian.
Oh, cool.
You!
Bold of you to return.
Mandalorian.
Thanks for your help, Mando.
I decided to take you up on your offer for a tract of land.
Approaching drop point. First team, prepare to drop.
Okay, we saw this in the trailer. Bunch of Mandos.
First team away.
Everybody come and look!
Everybody come and look! Dude, let's go.
Team 2, moving toward courtyard.
It's like every Mandalorian has a green beret, basically.
Don't let it get away!
I'm on the N1.
Are you though?
They took out an engine!
Tell Vane and the fighters to reform for a counterattack!
Not very organized, are you, pirates?
You won't get away this time. The starfighter's a decoy. There's a secondary attack.
Regroup with the Corsair!
We're boxed in.
Take that, pirates.
Nice. Just reminds me of Jesse Ventura in Predator with a minigun. I ain't got time to bleed.
He's above you! He's below you!
He's everywhere!
Armorer, let's go. She's gonna clobber him. I love that she doesn't need energy weapons. Oh.
No, she knows what she's doing.
Just straight one force.
With the tools of her
A
trade.
wrench to the back of the head. Yo!
Yes!
Armorer all day, bro.
All
She's
clear!
like, booyah.
Advance!
Forward, flank their position.
Love it.
Been a pleasure serving you, Captain. But it's time to part ways.
Vane, you coward!
Okay, so they're just saving Vane for later. That's all they're doing.
Yep.
Shard is going down. Vane's gonna make it.
He's targeting the townspeople.
We've got to take him down.
Nice.
Wow.
Bye-bye, Gorian Shard.
Woo!
Wow, dude.
That's some fireworks. And there was much rejoicing.
From this day forward, I, Magistrate Grief Karga.
Just magistrate, not high magistrate.
Magistrate, sir.
High Magistrate.
Trying his best to be humble.
Hereby cede all land from the western lava flats to Bullock Canyon to the fine people of Mandalore.
Bad news is there's still dragons on this planet.
The Armorer wishes to speak with you.
Okay, come on, give us something juicy.
I have been to the Great Forge on Mandalore.
I remember the forge well.
It was large and ornate, and the air rang with the music of 100 hammers. And here stood a simple one. Yet, they were both forges. They served the same purpose. Remove your helmet.
But
Is this a test?
Do you respect my station?
I do.
Remove your helmet.
What? No.
Our people have strayed from the way. We must walk the way together.
She can take her helmet off.
Mandalorians.
Emily Swallow, let's go.
I understand.
Or is she just saying it's cool that you can take your helmet off? Because I'm not gonna.
That the mythosaur existed only in legends.
What?
You saw it. It is a sign that the next age is upon us. Mandalore must all come together. You have walked both worlds. You are the one who can unite us.
Wow.
Okay, so she wants Bo to have the Darksaber and like legitimately be the leader. Yeah.
She's seen her lead like multiple times now successfully. Wow.
Bo-Katan Kryze is going off to bring other Mandalorians in exile to us so that we may join together once again. Bo-Katan walks both worlds, and she can bring all tribes together. It is time to retake Mandalore.
That's interesting. That's awesome. She looks proud and ready to do it too. That's interesting how Paz Vizsla turned to Din to like get his
take on it.
Approval. Like, what do you think about this, man?
Yeah.
That,
Is this Carson Teva again? Moff Gideon.
Yeah, it's such a space odyssey scene right here.
Yeah,
the silent, slow moving.
It really is.
Flight times match the ship transporting Moff Gideon.
I knew it. You never made it to trial. This was an extraction.
Who were the perpetrators?
There appears to be something embedded in the cabin wall. Getting close on that. It's a fragment of Beskar alloy.
Are you saying that Moff Gideon was taken by Mandalorians?
Oh, God.
Dun dun dun!
So that's... Okay, so classic, like, pirate ship episode. They even their Corsair was like even had the doors that open just like your classic pirate ship with cannons.
Yeah.
And then there was a little bit of that, not Magnificent Seven, but like that kind of tropey, like, oh, like the experts are gonna come in and help the villagers, fight back and like save the village kind of scenario, which you've seen play out 1,000 times in 100 different stories.
Sure.
But in general, I enjoyed it. I liked the whole dynamic of it all. There was a little bit of a predictability that, like, it's almost an episode that I, like, expected to see after the first episode. It was like, okay, they've established Navarro is this, like, bustling, thriving, new, vibrant place now.
Yeah.
And clearly that can't last long. They're going to have to, like, shoot it down, blow it up at some point.
Right.
But in this case, they made it really so that the Mandalorians came in and, like, saved the day, and now that they can live out in the open and be free again, so to speak, right down to the point where the armorer is like, okay, we've actually got to like use our newfound affinity, like everybody's treating us nicely now, we're getting along with each other, like Bo-Katan, you can take your helmet off.
This is the time to go get everybody together and unite and come together to
so in a way that's like some growth for the armorer a little bit. She's evolved a little bit there because it's not that it's not by the book, but
adaptation in her like worldview, that she's inviting Bo-Katan to take her helmet off, and that she's by the book, but she's aware of the necessity of change.
Yeah, and like I said, I thought it was pretty telling and cool how like it showed Paz Vizsla turn to Din Djarin and like get his opinion before he gave
he respects him now.
Yeah, so he like deferred to Din like he respected his position.
Yeah.
So that says it all right there. Like the armor and Paz Vizsla, while they've been very by the book and like a little bit like, could they possibly be adversarial? Like even Paz Vizsla challenged Din Djarin at one point.
Yeah.
At this point, it's safe to say like, no, they're on our side. They're good guys, and Mandalorians are coming together now. But the downside now is that now the New Republic, because of what Carson Teva just found, is probably going to be anti-Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Now. So now the Mandalorians are going to have to defend themselves against the New Republic.
Yeah.
Potentially. I don't know though, because Carson Teva, like I mentioned earlier in the episode, like made a point to show him to be like the only like legitimately sane person in this galaxy that isn't just like, blindly allegiant to something. Like, he just is a good dude doing his job right.
What's the deal? Who did take Moff Gideon? As far as we know, it's not like part of our covert.
Yeah, it does leave you a question of like, is it like somebody purposefully leaving Beskar to set up the Mandalorians, or is it somebody with Beskar?
Right. In which case, is it like a sect that we haven't met yet? Like, what group of Mandalorians did this?
Yes, you're right.
And to what end? Like, what's the end game there?
So many different possibilities too, and with the Darksaber still in question. There might be some Mandalorians who do want it, you know, they might just not all be easy going. Like, let's go get everybody together now. They might go find some Mandalorians who are like, yeah, no, we're not with your party. Like that, we want that Darksaber, or we, you know, there could be trouble there. But in general, I like the whole Mandalorians are finally coming together thing, and the Armorer basically telling Bo-Katan like, yo, you're the woman now. You're the, like, I may be the religious leader, but you've got this covered. Like, I'm putting this in your hands right now. We need to get this party on the road.
She's witnessed her lead successfully multiple times now. Yeah, and she recognizes, in a way, Bo-Katan's authority by inviting her to take off the helmet and sending her on this mission.
I thought we were gonna get the Armorer she's gonna be like, everybody needs to do this together. So like, you know what? No more helmet wearing if you don't want to. I thought that was gonna be. I
don't think we're quite there yet.
I do feel like that we are gonna get there eventually. Like, I feel like it'll be. They'll have to take the Armorer's helmet off at some point, either like when she's dying. And like leaving a dying message to Bo-Katan kind of thing, like go get him, kid, get her, or whatever. You know, that eventually we'll have to see her face. I think in general, I think it was a fun episode.
It was. We had a lot of laughs this episode. The pirates were the villains, but they
Tim
were actually...
Meadows was in there as like a rebellion.
Just randomly get Tim Meadows. But the pirates were actually pretty funny.
No, I thought that Tim Meadows scene was actually pretty telling because I said it was the exact opposite of that Andor scene where the Rent-A-Cops for the Empire were just kind of just like lackadaisically sweep it under the carpet.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah, Navarro's not really part of they got pirates attacking him, who cares? It's not really on our radar right now. Kind of where it's very like, they're not really very good at their jobs, are they? They're just kind of going through the motions like everyone else, and it's gonna come back to bite them. And Carson Teva, just like Cyril Karn, takes his job seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not like, you know,
he's dealing with like, you know, impotent bureaucracy.
And then the second Elia Kane started doing her real shady, clearly like on the surface shady behavior, he was like giving her the side eye, like, I don't trust this lady.
I do not understand why she gets to have so much leeway. They had this brilliant
Spider.
Yeah, Spider. They had this like brilliant scientist, Dr. Pershing, and instead of letting him do science for them, they relegated him to like data archival. Right? But she's allowed to have this position with some degree of freedom and authority. I don't get why she gets that leeway and Dr. Pershing didn't. It's strange to me.
Yeah, well,
not just because of what her position was, which maybe the program doesn't know what her position was, but because she's in the program at all, why does she get to have a position with so much power?
Yeah, and they make it pretty clear that she's like a kiss ass and is manipulative, and probably that's why she's good at finagling her
I guess
way into,
so.
Yeah, and she's still technically Moff Gideon's right hand person. So now that he's escaped now. It wouldn't surprise me if it was her that enabled that through, you know, espionage and stealing data, and because showing the Tim Meadows shit, it just doesn't seem like they're just lackadaisical. They're not doing their job.
Jobs
very well. So yeah, it's it's always messy. But I now that the Mandalorians are safe and like free to be in the open, the irony is that now that they're not safe because because
Carson Teva's after them now.
That's presumably the situation. I was convinced that we were gonna get a like Sabine Wren introduction in this episode because Celebration is happening, and we think a Ahsoka Tano trailer is coming, and it would help to introduce Sabine Wren. I just personally feel like it's a character that needs to be introduced in The Mandalorian. She's a Mandalorian. I don't know. There's now 3 episodes left. We've had 5, so there's 3 episodes, depending on how long they are. We may not be able to fit that backdoor pilot that we were hoping for in there to get like a whole, because they may have to really connect it. I mean, who knows? You can't predict it entirely. We did see those Purrgil in the first episode, which was a direct hint to like, oh, that's gonna connect to Ahsoka, that's gonna connect to Thrawn and Ezra. Like, are they gonna do that in The Mandalorian, or are they just giving us a little hint in The Mandalorian just to tease us that Ahsoka is coming? I personally want them to do that backdoor situation, and we've already met Ahsoka.
Yeah.
She's been in The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, so you don't need to introduce her to, you do need to introduce Sabine Wren though. And introducing her in the context of like Darksaber Mandalorian situation makes perfect sense. Where Bo-Katan was like, they're, suggesting that Bo-Katan needs to go find these other hidden Mandalorians and bring them together. To me, I'm like, okay, does that include Sabine Wren? Like, does that include Sabine's clan? Like, is she going to go... Are we going to go find Sabine now? Obviously, Bo-Katan mentioned her little group of friends, like Casca Reeves and that other guy. I forget his name, that she was with in season 2.
In season 2.
And she implied that they, like, abandoned her and went off to do their own mercenary work or whatever. Maybe she'll go find them and we'll
Well, they didn't have a mission
into...
at that point, but now there's sort of a mission. The mission is reuniting Mandalore, basically.
Yeah, but particularly Casca. We saw her, like, dive in to save Grogu from the starfish thing, and then she, infiltrated Moff Gideon's ship and was there, too, so we'd like to see her return.
That'd be great.
I'd like to get Sabine Wren in before the end of the season. That's my wish. I think
that's your big ask.
And now, so our question now is, who broke Moff Gideon out,
and why?
Yeah, and what's gonna happen with the Mandalorians now? Although now that they don't have to be so secret, I don't know. The way the armorer was just like, take off your helmet. She was cool with it. I don't know. I think there might be some more helmet removal in the near future. Like I said, I'd like to see the armorer herself. Emily Swallow's a good-looking woman. She can do it. It would be a shame. Anyway, I love the character. And Armorer got another one of her, like...
That was awesome.
Badass, like, swinging around her hammer.
Yeah,
and
that was so cool.
She even, like, grabbed a guy by the back of the neck with her pliers and was like,
yeah.
Dude, you want to fight with pliers.
I love that she was using the tools of her trade as lethal weapons.
Or, like, a wrench or whatever.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I did like every time the Armorer is talking about... Like, she mentioned the forge, like, the one on Mandalore was, like, this giant, ornate, fancy forge. But it had the exact same function as this boring, like, portable forge that I used down here in the sewer. I thought that was a nice little metaphor for sort of the, like, you can be a big, fancy king, ruling a planet with your crazy, or you can just be, like, really good at being a leader, and, like, the function of being a leader isn't necessarily, like, okay, the fact that you're a princess and you have a darksaber and you have all these things, like, that's...
It's not the tools,
that's just flashy, whatever.
It's the artisan, you know? Like,
You as a person are a Mandalorian, and you're a leader, and you're... The function of that's what I got out of that scene.
Yeah, it's not the tools, it's the person who wields them.
Exactly,
that matters.
And I thought that the armor is really good at evoking that, and I thought that was actually unsurprisingly that she was like, take your helmet off, like that was right before she said that. I was like, the armor is being like uncharacteristically like sentimental right now, or like she's seeming more human than usual for a second there when she was talking about Gideon, kind of reminiscing about the forge, and you could tell it was like she was talking about personal stuff for the first time. So like up until this point she's been like very sterile and like, Mandalore, this is the way. Here, she was like, I remember when I was on Mandalore and I saw the forge, and it was like, oh shit, she's kind of
letting us
having a human moment for a second. Yeah, and I thought that
letting
was
us in a little bit.
She didn't let us in too much, but it was enough of a like, the armor she's evolving a little bit, and that was cool to see. And like I said, I feel more sort of in the safe zone of like Paz Vizsla and Armor they're not shady. They're not.
I agree.
They're not going to turn on us. Again at any point. And Paz Vizsla definitely reaffirmed that when for a second you thought he was going to be like, why should we lay our lives down again? But then he was like, because we're Mandalorian, goddammit. And it was like, oh crap, okay, so Paz Vizsla's laying it down now. He's the one saying
again, he saw them save his son, and he's very beholden to them for that, and he like recognizes
I mentioned that in the last episode that was the first time we saw Paz Vizsla show a human moment.
Yeah, when he was like, he's my son.
And then he was like, it's like, I got you, kid, or whatever. And it was like, oh, okay, so underneath that Mandalorian armor, they're still human beings.
Yeah.
And we're getting a little taste of that. Love it. Yeah. Guys, fun episode. The season's shaping up. We'd like to hear what your thoughts and predictions are for the remainder of the season, so let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The fully unedited version of this reaction will be on patreon.com/JediJive. Go check it out. We'll see you in the next reaction.
Peace.